Good morning and welcome you to my live podcast from California. I'm Bob Pace and I'm here to fight CPS and help you all keep your children or get your children back. It's a terrible thing that CPS is, the Child Protection System. Most of you are in here, you found me on Facebook, fight CPS, and then you follow me on to broadcast on YouTube. I use the application called SteamYard application there. And I'm really sorry that you guys are in this predicament. I know what it is. I know how horrible CPS is. But I want to warmly welcome you. I'm a father with 6 children, and I've been married for 32 years. Welcome, Tanya Seabright. Good afternoon to you. It's still morning time for me. But I welcome here, Tanya Seabright. Couple things. When you guys are texting, it's very important that you have your. Go ahead.
No, may I join your podcast?
You have to be on the computer.
Oh, you do?
Yeah,
Sorry, I apologize.
that's right. So what you want to do is that you want to um, text in your comments with CPS questions. With CPS questions, and with the CPS questions, it should pertain to CPS. We don't really have time to talk about other things. I love to, but would appreciate it be CPS. Also, please show your name, city, and state or country and be complete with your CPS case. I'm not very good at playing ping pong ball on here, and if I have to ask a question, you answer it, then back and forth we go. We'll spend the whole time and not get much accomplished. So it's best that you know, uh, besides your name, city, and state or country. And I don't know if you guys are wondering why I keep saying the word country, but I do have people from other countries that have text on here. I've had Australia and Mexico. Then in Europe, I've had the United Kingdom, Denmark, and Sweden. And then in South America, I've had Ghana, which is north of Brazil, east of Venezuela. And then in Africa, I've had Mozambique, which is south of Somalia, north of South Africa, and off the east coast, off the Madagascar, the island of Madagascar. I've also had Rwanda, which is in central East Africa near a big lake. And then I've had Liberia, and he was just on last night, Archie from Liberia. And that's on the west coast of Africa. And so I do have people from other countries besides the States. So it is sort of um, an interesting world that we kind of live in stuff. So I appreciate all the comments you can do, and that's one way of interacting um, with this podcast. I also um, have a second way that you can interact, and that may be a little bit easier. And it's where you call into my podcast. It's 626-698-0990. And I can put you on speakerphone and you can talk to me. We've had some more comments come in after Tanya. Faye, I tried to reach you today, but you never returned a call. I never heard it, Faye. Um, I'm going to call in now, show. Boy, I got some news for you. I hope you do, Faye. Welcome. And I don't understand why I did not get the call from you. Um, so that's good that you're on, Faye. And I love you, the call. Make sure my phone is operational. Sound is good. Okay, and then I'm on Starbucks. That's good. I have no idea why you can't call in because I can call you if you want me to, Faye. Great, Tanya from Rockford, Illinois, Winnebago County. What do you do if you can prove collusion of 6 different countries take your children? That is a tough one. Tanya. I never had anybody that had 6 countries take your children. Um, yeah, my name is on, Faye. There you go. Hey, Faye, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
All right, sorry you couldn't get into me. My phone's been on all morning.
The U.S. took
Yeah,
its
I
bid.
called. I called you and a couple of times and couldn't reach you. And I'm like, well, it's probably busy, so I didn't try no more after that.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe I know that if you call me on my work number, it's internet based. So if I'm not hooked up to the internet, it won't answer. But I'm either on my home
Yeah,
internet.
I called the other number actually, but
Really?
I have. Yeah, I have news for you. Well, boy.
Okay, hold on a
So,
second. Tanya from
okay.
Rockford, Illinois, is sharing me something where her children were taken by 6 different countries. Now, how many children is that, Tanya? And is that 6 different children? Are all the same mother, the same father, or something? Um, Let me see. From police, lawyers, judges, DCF, and the umbrella agencies, counties.
No,
Um,
go back.
if your children have been taken and you know it's out of the country, you need to call the FBI and tell them your children have been kidnapped. If the FBI doesn't work, then call the CIA. All right, Faye, what is the good news? Tell me.
Okay. So, well, one of them was the situation with the Chevron deference decision being reversed. And then the second one that is going on in Kentucky is there's two investigations now going on in Kentucky. One is under the state auditor's office, and one is with the Department of Justice out of Washington. They are investigating abuses inside of the juvenile justice department, inside the juvenile detention centers, where children have been sexually assaulted, they've been abused, children have died in the juvenile detention centers, they've been medically neglected, um, and these children are state wards. Okay,
Now,
so
why
it's a
would a
big
state
deal.
why would a state from Washington be investigating Kentucky?
It's a federal department of the government in Washington. It's the
Oh,
Department
it's
of
the
Justice.
FBI. It's the FBI investigating them.
Uh, I mean, all I know is it's the Department of Justice.
All right. So the federal Department of Justice, home based in
Yes,
Washington, is investigating your
yes.
child support system in
No, not
Kentucky.
no, not child support. Juvenile Justice Department, meaning the juvenile detention centers in
I need some
Kentucky.
help. What
For
juvenile detention centers are? What are they?
they're jails for children.
Wow. And they're not prisons; they're jails.
They're jails. Yes, jails for children.
And these jails for children because they've been found guilty and sentenced there.
Yes,
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear about that. Wow. I'm
children
learning.
from 8 years old up go there.
Well, that was interesting because last night we had uh, a son, and I wish you were on, but we had a son and um, a daughter. That the daughter was 8 years old, and she accused her brother, 13 year old, doing sexual something to her, and then the son accused his mom of doing something sexual. It was a really bizarre twist. And he was 90 and convicted, and he's already in a detention center in Amarillo, Texas.
They're holding him there till he has trial.
Yeah, but the guy. I mean, he's not guilty. I mean, how can he hold him?
Well, they do it here in Kentucky all the time. My son's dad has been sitting in county jail for a year, over a year now, and he's never been convicted of anything, just charged.
So if someone's charged, they can legally hold a minor in a detention center.
A minor or an adult, yeah, until their trial.
Yeah, I know adults can, but I didn't know that minors could. So that really
Yep,
surprises
they
me.
can. Yep.
Wow. Now, how do you find all this out, Faye?
Well, so the DOJ is doing investigations on all of the stuff that's going on inside of the juvenile detention centers here that house minors that's been convicted of crime for sexual abuse, medical neglect, or fatalities that's happened inside the facility, staff abusing the children, even raping them or essaying them, whatever you're allowed to use on here. And then they're asking for anybody in this state that has any information regarding the investigation to call in and give their accounts of what they've seen, witnessed or whatever. But then how this also ties into the Kentucky auditor's investigation, because the Kentucky auditor, which is Allison Ball, has sent a letter along with the new head of the ombudsman's office, which is also not a part of the cabinet anymore. They've completely moved it out from underneath the cabinet into the state auditor's office. So, along with child support too. So, the cabinet no longer has control of anything or its investigations. So now what that means is that now the cabinet has to give control of their iTwist system, their whole dirty deeds, holy Bible grail of evil that they do to people, to the state auditor.
Uh-huh.
So now the auditor, since she has ordered them basically to give this up, the cabinet is now going in and deleting cases. So the auditor and the ombudsman has had to send a letter to the cabinet to desist and cease deleting files.
Why are they deleting them? Because they're going to be caught?
Because they're going to get caught in their crap, and they know it. They absolutely know it. So they're going to fight this all the way up to the Supreme Court. I can almost bet you that, to keep the auditor from getting the iTwist files.
Now you're talking about the state Supreme Court or the federal Supreme Court?
This is a federal case.
Well, federal court is the big guys in Washington.
Yep. Yeah, federal, yes, this is who it's through.
Wow.
Yes.
That is big time news. That is big 9-2s.
Yeah. Now the auditor's office has cited that the cabinet is violating federal and state law by refusing to give them the iTwist system. So this is going to get pretty dirty, because if the cabinet doesn't hand over that system to Mrs. Ball, they can lose their federal funding.
Wow.
Yes. It's a big issue. I'm just like, wow. I couldn't sleep after reading this last night. I just couldn't sleep. I was just like, they're finally getting their butts handed to them for the dirty crap they're doing to people. Finally.
Yeah. Sheesh.
So I'm just amazed. I'm like, wow. They can't do dirty deeds to people anymore, man. It's amazing. I'm loving it. So I actually am going to call in and try to get an appointment with Mrs. Ball to explain how in Kentucky they're committing Social Security fraud, Medicaid fraud, and federal funding fraud.
Now, has that Commissioner Lisa Dennis been eliminated from CPS.
Okay, what now?
Well, there was a Lisa Lesa Dennis. That was appointed commissioner of the Department for
Oh no,
Community
she's
Based.
still the commissioner.
Oh,
She's
okay.
still the commissioner. Yeah.
Well, is she going to be in the hot seat?
Well, we'll see. We'll see. We're gonna see. If they don't hand this stuff over, then yeah, most likely yes.
Now she began
This
her
is
career.
brand new.
Yeah,
This is brand new. So
I'm trying to find something new and I can't find anything. Wow.
what do you mean find something new? What are you looking for?
I'm trying to find out the story that you just unfolded here to see what else
I
they had.
have it. I have the story.
Oh,
Hold on.
I hadn't found the link yet. I
Yeah.
just wanted to read about it. That was all.
Yeah. I know. Hold on.
You can send me the
Let me
link.
see if I
That'd
can
be
find it
great.
here. I gotta go back in here. Hold on. I'm way up farther than I need to be.
Now here's something. February 26th of 2024. Family court judge and child welfare advocates expressed concern over child abuse cases not meeting the criteria.
Oh yeah. Actually, copy that link too.
There's that one. There's also a JPT versus Commonwealth of Kentucky Cabinet, May 3rd, 2024. Failure in regard has only two explanations: ignorance of the rules and an impertinent refusal to follow them. This is the Commonwealth of Kentucky Cabinet against JPT. I don't know who JPT is.
Yeah, just copy that for me. Okay, so here's the one of the articles on what I was telling you about the state auditor.
Okay.
It is July 9th, 2024. So
Wow.
just a
That
day
is
ago.
recent. That is recent.
The state auditor wants restoration of the database for Cabinet for Health and Family Services. It says Kentucky State Auditor Allison Ball speaks to an audience gathered in the rotunda at the Kentucky State Capitol for the swearing-in ceremony of the state constitutional officers in Frankfort, Kentucky, Tuesday, January 2nd, 2024. Ball is embroiled in a dispute with Democratic Governor Andy Beshear's administration over access to a database tracking the state's efforts to assist the most vulnerable citizens. And then it says here, State Auditor Allison Ball and Ombudsman Jonathan Great announced Tuesday they have sent a letter to the Cabinet for Health and Family Services Secretary Eric Freelander and Governor Andy Beshear seeking restoration of full access to ITIS. That's a database containing information pertinent to ensuring that Kentucky's most vulnerable populations receive the government services that they need. Because the General Assembly passed legislation moving the Commonwealth Office of the Ombudsman to the Auditor's Office, effectively July 1st, 2024. The Ombudsman, in part, conducts systemic investigations of the Cabinet for Health and Family Services concerning employees and public service programs. According to Ball, access to iTwist is essential for the Ombudsman to perform its job to the full extent required by the law and was previously available to the Ombudsman staff prior to transition. However, despite numerous discussions in preparation for the transition, Cabinet for Health and Family Services now opposes the Ombudsman's full and direct access to iTwist after July 1st, 2024. In the letter, Ball and Great stated, it is abundantly clear that both state and federal law require that the Cabinet give full, direct, and real-time access to iTwist. If the Cabinet continues to refuse to provide this access, then Kentucky is at risk of losing crucial federal funding dollars. More importantly, our Commonwealth's children will be left vulnerable as accountability measures put in place to protect them will be impeded by these roadblocks. In a statement, Ball pointed out, Kentucky's children, elderly, and those in need deserve public servants who who will work diligently for their benefit, not create barriers to helping children and families. I am hopeful CHFS will restore access to the iTwist system to the Ombudsman's office so they can advocate for citizens and ensure that those seeking public services receive fair and just treatment. Hello. It says, until this matter is resolved, the auditor and the ombudsman have also issued an evidence preservation letter directing the cabinet to refrain from destroying any iTwist files or the iTwist system that existed prior to and after the transfer of the office.
Wow.
That's how corrupt the cabinet is.
Well, I got something here for you that I'm going to share with everybody. I just sent you one link. Now I'm going to send you another link here.
You sent them to my text messages?
I sent them to the room, so it goes in all the rooms.
Oh, I don't see those, though. So.
Well, oh, that's right. I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure out how to do it so you can see it.
Well, if you just copy the link on your phone, then you
They're
can
not.
send it
I'm not
directly
looking
to
for my
text
phone.
messages.
I'm looking for my computer. I have to get from my computer to the phone.
Oh, okay.
And I thought you'd get that.
No.
You didn't see any of the rooms have this thing? I just sent it across all the rooms. It should be there.
Let me see. I don't think so. I don't see nothing.
Well, scroll down. It's in the comment section.
Okay, hold on. Let me get back to it because I got knocked out of it.
Okay.
Okay.
Tanya, if you're listening to me, what is your question? You asked me, how do I do 6 different countries that have taken your children? You're going to have to get the FBI and the CIA involved. That's international.
Okay, so this is case law, right?
Yeah, what I sent you is, let me see. It's a case, Peterson versus Child Protection Services. They pro se. They filed a lawsuit.
Them in there now.
Okay, if you click that one, you're going to see some interesting. It's where that she is doing it herself. I can't believe it. I'm just really shocked. Peterson versus Child Protection Services, and that's in Kentucky. It's United States District Court, WD, Kentucky at Louisville.
I'm reading it.
I'm just shocked what they did. That's similar to that girl, Crystal, who told me that her daughter was asked to disrobe at age 13 by a social worker. He confronted her at school, did not require a nurse or anybody in there, and he's a pedophile, but he worked for CPS. And Crystal told me about the incident. It was really sad. He works for CPS. Wow, it's pretty heavy.
Yeah, I'm gonna look more into this case. It may give me an idea of how I can go about mine.
Oh, there's no question about that. And on top of all this, Crystal had told me that now everything's been reversed now, The daughter is claiming the brother did sexually stuff to her, and now the brother is claiming the mother did sexually stuff to him.
That just sounds like somebody's doing some coaching in that. I'm sorry.
Oh, it is. It is. It's just it's the way our society is. I mean, in CPS, you're guilty until you prove innocent. It's totally different if this was a criminal action. You're not guilty. You're innocent until you're proven guilty.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a real interesting thing. I thought you'd find quite interesting. Um, we had we lost somebody here. We've lost Tanya Seabright. If you're still here, Tanya Seabright is from Rockville, Illinois, and she wanted to know um, what she should do. Is 6 different countries have taken your children? And I asked her, did she have 6 different children? Were they all separate or what?
In 6 different countries. I mean, uh,
She says, what do you do if you can prove collusion of 6 different countries take your children? And I told her you need to contact the FBI or the CIA. When it's cross states, it's the FBI. When it's out of the country, it's the CIA.
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't think I've ever heard of a case like that.
Well, I haven't either. That's why I brought it to your attention. But anyway, it's counties. I'm sorry. I thought you said countries. It's the counties.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
that would be the FBI. That would be the FBI, Tanya. It's hard for me to read sometimes here. It's 6 different counties, not countries. And
okay,
so
that makes more sense.
yeah, but still, it's when it's interstate, it's the FBI. You'd contact the FBI.
Yeah. Well, if it's in the same state, just different counties in the same state.
Well, that's a good question. I don't know. She says collusion of 6 different counties to take your children, so maybe it is Illinois only.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Is it in the same state, 6 different counties in the same state, or is it, different counties in different states? I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what she's trying to say.
Yeah, well, I'd ask her to call in, but she has not agreed to. And speaking of that, I need to tell the room that there is a third way that you can interact with this podcast, and that is by contacting my show producer. Her name is Grace. She works behind the scenes, and you can contact her at grace@vincentwdavis.com. That's grace@vincentdavis.com. That's grace@vincentwdavis.com. And tell her that you want to be on my morning podcast or my evening podcast. I'm on 7 days a week, Monday through Sunday, twice a day. I'm on at 10 o'clock in the morning, Pacific Standard Time okay, but on Sunday, I'm on at 8 o'clock. There's one exception to that. And then at nighttime, I'm on at 7 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So you just say, I want to be on Bob's Wednesday morning show, or Bob's Tuesday evening show, or Bob's Saturday morning show. You just tell her that, and she'll give the link to the StreamYard application and tell you how to get on and what to do and what to say. But that's the third way you can interact, is to be a guest. And all you do is email grace@vincentwdavis.com. That's grace@vincentwdavis.com. Now I'm going to put back to my phone number. My phone number is back up again. And so those are ways you can interact with the podcast. Now on the phone, I have my Faye, who's been on numerous times. She's a mother, and she has two children. She lost her daughter, but she's still trying to regain her son. And she's from Richmond, Kentucky, and she's shown me so many things how they're corrupt and how bad they are.
Well, I have custody of my son. I'm trying to get guardianship of him.
Oh, okay. So you have custody. Well, if you have custody, why do you need guardianship?
Well, because my son needs the guardianship because he is disabled and, he has to have that because he can't live on his own.
But if you have guardianship, isn't the same thing, or I'm confused?
No, once your child turns 18, they're emancipated from you.
Oh,
So
okay, that's right. He
to
is.
have custody
Yeah,
of
you
them,
need
you
to
have
get
to file for
guardianship.
guardianship.
Yeah, okay. Now it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. Now it makes sense.
Yeah. Well, I wish Tanya would call in. I'd really like to hear her case.
Yeah. Mm. Um, let me see if I can get her again. Tanya Seabright from. um,
You okay, Bob?
I'm hanging there, Rockville, Illinois. Are you still there? We'd like to. Faye has some questions, and maybe you'd like to come on the phone. I'd love to hear from you. Talk about your case. It's a very unusual one. Now, I understand it's 6 counties, but we're asking if it's in the same state or not. Anybody else that wants to talk, feel free to. Um, you can either text me a comment or call my number, office number, or schedule to be a guest on my show. Those are 3 ways you can interact. Now, I'm going to talk about my rules. I have 4 of them. Rule number 1 is the one that is the hardest for people to do. It's get an attorney. It involves money. And not all of you own your own home that you can sell it. Get your kids. That's what I did with my home. I sold it. And got the money to use to take care of my children because they mean everything to me. And so you want to hire an attorney because they're the only ones that can navigate, and you need someone that has a strong record of fighting, a fighter against CPS. And Vincent W. Davis is one. He has fought for 35 years. He's a trial attorney, and he does win cases involving CPS, but he's a family dependency attorney, professional family dependency attorney. And right now, if you want to talk to him, he'll talk to you for 30 minutes for $60. So it's 30 minutes for $60. He's at 888-888-6582. That's 888-888-6582. That's the office. When you call the office, tell them that Bob Pace sent you. And when you speak to Mr. Davis, say that Bob Pace sent you. And he will talk to you for 30 minutes. He'll talk to you how to navigate and save your children. If you like him, you can talk about retaining him. But he's the real deal. So I strongly recommend that you call him. Also, there is a way that you can actually see his appointment schedule. And let me see if I can find it now. You want to go to this website called Candly, CALENDLY.com /law office VWD /Bob Pace. That's Candly, CALENDLY.com /law office of VWD /Bob Pace. And that will do his appointment schedule. He's only for 30 minutes, he only charges $60. You just say, I want to have a consultation with Mr. Davis. and he can go with you and so forth and help you on there. And you should get. I mean, you have to get an attorney because fighting CPS is like open heart surgery. And as you know, you have to have a professional doctor do that. A layperson can, you know, could not do it opening up their chest and working on the heart. Neither can you yourself. Um, so you need a professional doctor, one that's gone to medical school, that's done an internship, that has been a mentor for another doctor, one that knows about all those things. So it's really, really important that you have an attorney because it's suicide. If you think using a court appointed attorney, they're a waste of time. They have a caseload of 30 or more clients. They're not going to fight for you. And that's the sad part because in the court, usually mom and dad and the children each have a court appointed attorney and they're worthless. They are really worthless. And you need to get a professional attorney involved for everybody. But that takes a lot of money. That takes a lot of money. And I wish I got my attorney early because I waited a year or so before I got him. And he got my two boys back, but I lost my daughter. How I lost my daughter? The social worker took revenge on me and my wife. She said, "You'll never see your daughter again." She lied on her oath. We caught her in the court proceedings, and she looked really embarrassed and really looked bad. And they caught her with lies. And so she wanted to retaliate. That's what social workers do. They retaliate. And she says, "I'm going to tell your daughter that she is going to change her name. She's going to seal a birth certificate. She is going to be adopted. And she's going to divorce the parents, her brothers, aunts, uncles, grandparents, and cousins." So that's really, really sad because she birthed yesterday. She's 22. I haven't seen her since 12. But there are bad, bad social workers out there. Let me tell you an example of them. In 2024 in Prescott, Arizona, there's 8 social workers. They're all white ladies that had 25 years of social work experience working for they call their place in Arizona the Department of Children's Services. But CPS is Child Protection System. But anyway, they made these T-shirts, pink T-shirts, and on stencil on the front of the T-shirt is that they're professional child kidnappers, professional child kidnappers. And then on top of that, on the back of the T-shirts, they said, "Do you know where your children are?" And um, they, um, they were parading around at Target and Walmart and so forth. And it was sad what they did. It was sad what they did. Um, they were fired as well as the director. But that's your typical MO of social workers. Another one the other day on her Facebook page put down an ad from 1848. It said "Black children for sale." Now that was kind of sickening, "Black children for sale," because this is 2024, not 1948, 1848. So in 1848, there was this ad, and this social worker, she's a black lady, so I don't know why a black social worker would put an ad that said "Black children for sale." That was really disgusting. So I'm telling you that the social workers are terrible. They are not transparent. They lie. They take revenge, and they would definitely want to get your children. So I'm telling you right now that what you need to do is that you need to be awful careful because what they are like that. In fact, there's another social worker. He's a guy, and his the CPS wanted to investigate this girl's daughter at school. So he asked to see her alone in a room and told her to take off her top and take pictures. There's no school rep or anything. And that's wrong because the school district, they have an emergency card where it tells you what people they can see. And that social worker wasn't on that emergency card. Plus, he's a pedophile. There's no right man would sit there want to see a girl at 13 take her shirt off. They were interested in children that are pedophile, and he was let go, but he should have been prosecuted. He wasn't prosecuted, and the CPS
You
wrote,
want to know why he was let go?
why was he let go? They said there was no crime.
I'll tell you why. Male social workers are not allowed to photograph female children. Only female social workers are allowed to do that.
Yeah, but why wouldn't the police press a crime against him? He should have been criminally arrested as a pedophile.
Because the police,
They don't run it.
the
That's why.
police help them commit their crimes, Bob.
Okay, all right.
They don't run it. Interview me.
In this state in Kentucky, the police work hand in hand with CPS to go in and take children without warrants or court orders or anything. They just go in and take them.
Okay.
So, do you really think that it would matter to them if a male social worker was, telling a child to take his clothes off, knowing that it should be a female if it's a girl, and a male if it's a male? Because I'm gonna tell you something: a male police officer cannot frisk a female in Kentucky. They have to call a female officer over to frisk a female to feel of their undergarments between their, legs and things like that. The male cops can't do it, and it's the same with social workers.
Yeah.
I know this for a fact because I was arrested.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's why he got fired. Because he knew
Well, he should be more than
what he
just
was doing
fired.
was wrong, and he still
should
did it.
he should have been more than fired. He should be prosecuted. It's against the law for
Well, and that
pedophiles
may
to take
come.
pictures.
That may come.
Yeah.
That may come eventually.
Yeah.
He should have been on the spot, but it's just not the way it works. I don't know. I don't know why that social workers get away with the stuff they get away with. I really don't.
Yeah.
I really don't. I just had a lady neighbor that I was talking to this morning. She is a social worker, but she's not the social worker that goes in and takes the kids away. She's the one that signs them up for food stamps, Medicaid, blah, blah, blah. Well, she had a case with CPS, and she is a special needs child. And she told the cabinet that she wanted to get her daughter help. And usually when a mother with a special needs child tells the cabinet that, the cabinet says, well, okay, if you want us to help you, you have to turn custody over to us in order for us to help you. Well, because she's in with the social workers, and they didn't tell her that. See, she got special treatment because she works for them. So they told her that she could put her daughter into a residential treatment facility and still keep her custody. But a person like me, with my child, or somebody else that's not affiliated with the cabinet, we would have to give our custody up in order for us to get help through a residential treatment facility paid for by the cabinet.
Now I have Crystal on. She was on yesterday. She's the woman with the young daughter that the pedophile took pictures of. And the thing I don't understand is that when you sign a emergency card, there's at the beginning of every school year, every school does it the same. They tell you who the people that your child can talk to. Now, I didn't see any name like social worker on the child on the card. So why did police or social workers?
That's just for pickup, Bob. That's just for pickup. That's not who your kids can talk to. That's only for pickup. Like if somebody comes to the school and they say they're there to pick the child up, if their names are not on those cards, they can't pick the child up.
Then why do policemen or social workers allowed to talk to children at school without the parent present?
In the school system, I'm trying to explain it to you.
Okay.
While your child is in the school system for the 8 hours a day that they're there, The school system is, what do they call it? In loco parentis, meaning they have care and control of your child while they're in the school's control. So therefore, they can act as a stand-in parent while you're away. So they can make the decision who your child can speak to when you're not there.
Well, could the child say, "I don't want to speak to you"? Could the child say that?
Well, but most children don't because they're intimidated because there's a cop
True.
there.
But Crystal right now is asking, I told CPS not to go to my kid's school. Now, what I don't seem to understand is that why does CPS and the police have carte blanche to talk to children? Because, even if they are intimidating, the parents should be there. They should maybe be in a separate room or something, but that's wrong. And then look what happened. That perverted man took nude pictures of that girl who's only 13 years old. That's not right.
Well, I tell her to look up this term, in loco parentis. Tell her to read about it.
Okay, in local, and what's the last part?
Parentis, Prementis, in loco parentis.
Okay, in local forensic. Crystal,
No,
if you could.
parentis, Parentis, in loco parentis.
All right, in local forensic, Crystal, look that up.
No, here, it's in loco parentis.
Parentic. Am I saying it right?
Parentis, Parentis.
Forensics. Okay.
Parentis.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure she heard you because I have my speaker right to my microphone.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. I just wanted to look up the right thing. You know what I mean?
Right. Right. Because she's just. I mean, I am too. I don't feel.
Okay, I'll read it. I'm going to read it right here to you right now.
Okay.
Hold on. I've got to get this off here first. Okay. In loco parentis is a Latin term meaning in the place of a parent or instead of a parent. The term refers to a common law doctrine which denotes the legal responsibility of some person or organization, which would be a school, to perform some of the functions or responsibilities of a parent when a parent is away. The typical organization found to be in loco parentis is public school, which is deemed to have some of the responsibilities of a parent over its students. Additionally, siblings or grandparents who take on the role of raising their sibling or grandchild may also be called in loco parentis. So that's why they can come into the school, because the parents, when they send their kids to public school, are agreeing to their children to be in loco parentis of the school system, meaning that the school system acts as the parent while the parent is away.
Yeah, but Crystal is saying, she says she got it, but it doesn't make it okay for a man to interview my 8-year-old alone.
No, it does not, and I said that. It does not.
And the
That's
fact
why he was fired.
The counselor affairs wrote me apology letter should count for something. She got an apology letter for consumer affairs. And but there's still things the school has to do in order to protect the kids. They're not protecting the kids. They put my daughter in a conference room with just the man. No teacher was there, no nurse.
Right. She needs to go after the school board, and she needs to go after the agency, and that worker in particular.
Crystal, do you hear that? You need to go to the school board and to the agency and that worker, because what they all did was wrong. It's great they eliminated the man, but they should also.
File a lawsuit.
Yeah, she definitely can file a lawsuit on that one. She definitely can file a lawsuit. Yeah, the agency has pushed it aside. Uh, the agency has pushed it aside, and she says she has. Um, it's sad. It's so
But she
sad.
needs to file a lawsuit. The agency itself is not going to do anything other than just fire the
Yeah,
man.
you need to file a
She's got to
lawsuit.
push
Yeah,
the issue.
you can file a lawsuit. I just found a whole bunch of things of how to do a lawsuit. How to do a lawsuit. There are 5 steps to file a lawsuit. There are 5 steps. One is you file a complaint. The plaintiff, which is you, files a complaint and summons with the local county court. Step 2, the complaint is answered. Step 3 is discovery. Step 4 is failing to respond to discovery. And step 5 is the conclusion of the lawsuit. So you can file it yourself. And the web page has got tons of information, drafting and filing of complaint. And you got 60 days to file it against the defendant when it's filed with the court. There's so much information that helps you. And the process begins with a civil lawsuits in federal court. There's things called My Self Help and how to file a complaint and filing cases. And you can do this if you're not an attorney. In fact, I'm thinking about that too, Faye, myself. I'm thinking about that too. Crystal is saying no one has assisted me with getting this anywhere. Now that my kids are taken, they took my kids. Though, where can I find that information? On the internet. All you do is you type in and you find out so much information.
What state is she in again?
She's in, oh boy, I forgot now.
Illinois?
No, that's the other lady.
Oh, okay.
This one, I think she might be in Kansas. I forgot what it is. Mr. Davis will do a consultation for $60 for 30 minutes. But talk to him. Talk to him. All you do is call him at 888-888-6582, Crystal. She's from Texas. She's from Amarillo, Texas. We have somebody from Rockville, Illinois, the same situation. And of course, you're from Kentucky. So we have Illinois, Texas, and Kentucky represented here. You all have the same problem.
Okay, so she's in Texas. So the lady talking about her child being photographed by a male
Right,
worker,
that is
right?
Amarillo, Texas. Yes.
Okay, I have some people in Texas I could put her in contact with that might be able to help her, but she would need to contact me on Messenger.
Okay, did you hear that, Crystal? You have to contact Faye on Messenger. Crystal, you have to contact Faye from Richmond, Kentucky on Messenger. She said, okay, I can. So she'll contact you, Faye. Her name, she's
Okay.
listed in one of the comments. Her name is, here. It's, it's Faye, Fay, Manny, Manney. Faye Manny. Contact her on Messenger, and she has a contact for you to help you in Texas. Tanya,
You'll have to put the B on there, or she won't be able to find me.
Faye B. I'm sorry. Faye, first name, B, middle name, period, Manny, Manney. That's on Facebook. And Tanya Seabright, the same thing. We have people that are in this room that will help, that work really hard, Crystal. So it's very important you do that, Crystal. Oh, only, okay, Faye's name's not showing. I have no idea why the name's not showing. I'll type it in. FAYBMANNY.
EY.
Oh, sorry. I'm in the doghouse. EY. Okay.
Yeah.
I just sent it to all the rooms. So you should have seen it now, Crystal. You should see it. It's Faye B. Manning, Manney. Faye B. Manning. You should have it now, Crystal. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rooms that are listening to this room, this podcast. I have CPS Defense Strategy Consultant Vince Davis. I have Fight CPS with Bob Pace, which is me. I have Fight CPS Real Talk with Mrs. G. I have Relatives Fight CPS. I have the Law Office of Vincent W. Davis Associates. I have the Juvenile Dependency Child Protection Services. Do you see Faye Manley? Crystal, do you see her?
My profile picture says Kentucky. Welcome to Kentucky, forced adoption state. And that was something I was wanting to read to you too, Bob, if I can find it again.
Okay, well afterwards I'm available too, so I'll talk to you afterwards.
Oh, is it time to end the show?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Is the show ending now?
Well, right now we're about 2 minutes left. It's already 11 o'clock and I've gone over, so I need to wrap up the show here. I hope that Crystal got you covered. Oh, she thinks she's found you. All right, Crystal, I'm on again tonight at 10 o'clock, you guys. Remember, I'm on twice a day. I mean, not 10 o'clock, 7 o'clock at night, 10 o'clock in the morning. 7 o'clock at night, 10 o'clock in the morning. That's Pacific Standard Time. I do need to have to end the show. I want to thank all of you for listening. I want to thank Faye for calling in and give us some new insights on things. I want Crystal, who's really opened up her heart about her case, and it's so hard what she's going through. I want to thank also, let me see here, what else I have here. Tanya, yes. I don't want to forget Tanya there either. Tanya Seabright. And thank her very, very much there. So, y'all have a good day. I'll see you later. Don't sign off, Faye. And I will talk to you tonight. God bless y'all and keep fighting to save your kids. Bob Pace signing off.